T minus 60 seconds. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 5 Foot Viking podcast where we get to drink a beer and learn something new. Today, not going to be drinking a beer because it's a special occasion. Also, I'm chiming in definitely a lot later than usual. Just so you guys know, I'm like a chicken with my head cut off, running around crazy. But today is going to be special because we're celebrating something. So we are celebrating the fact that today was the last day of summer session B for me in school. So I'm super excited that I'm done with school. Great news on that. It's fun. I'm getting out of this session with an A and a B. I'm getting an A in my communications class and a B in my marketing class. So I'm stoked on that. I really am, because it was a rough session, trying to, move and do the podcast and go back to work and still trying to hold down some good grades and stuff. But so with that being said, we're just going to jump right into it. I'm jumping into some Jameson cold brew. For those of you that are like whiskey, or like your Scotch, or like your Jameson, personally, I have a bottle of Scotch, every now and then. I like the Macallan 12 is my go-to, but Jameson is always a go-to. And I was walking through, I think Bevmo, and I saw this cold brew, and I was like, I got to try this. I got to try this cold brew and see what's going down. And man, it's a Jameson cold brew. It says, whiskey and coffee, Jameson Irish whiskey infused with natural cold brew coffee flavor. And I'm telling you, if you drink whiskey, if you even, have some here and there, you got to try this at least once. It's really, really amazing. So I'm going to have a glass or 6 of these. Got my rocks glass with my giant ice cube. Going to let that get a little cold for a little bit. But anyways, yeah, so it's funny how the other 2 weeks ago, I think I jumped into, I had the podcast where I reflected on the last 9, and it was cool to go back and see the changes and how things were going. And then, but one thing that I realized is that as soon as we moved, I felt like everything on the table got picked up and thrown up in the air, and I was kind of just catching some things as they were going down, and I kind of noticed the quality of the show kind of came down a little bit, and that's okay. Life happens, and we all got to deal with certain things. And I'm glad that's why I took that time to reflect on it and realize what was going on. So last week I jumped on very quick, and I just tested out something new with sharing the screen. Today, I'm also going to try something new because I want to see what you guys think of this. I tried using, let me see if I can do this. So I'm trying multiple camera angles now. So that I know there's a little bit of a delay with the mouth, but I'm running another camera over here. The hardest part is is staying present with everything that's happening, but then also being able to navigate the platform and stuff like that. So, but before we jump into some more of this, let me jump into some of these comments. Thanks so much for jumping in here, guys. Jessica Knight, thank you so much for being here. She even messaged me maybe about 5 minutes before we started. She's like, "Did I miss this?" And I just love the support, and that's really awesome. Hey, Whit, you are so brave to take summer school. Yes, I start the fall session of my school in 2 weeks. Yeah, I get today off, and then I go back on the 19th. So I've got 9 days of I'm gonna veg out on the couch. I wish I could. I got so much stuff that I want to do, so I can't veg too much. But it's given me 9 days to really focus on getting our apartment, our house nicely put together. The studio, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I moved I had a bookshelf behind me and I just wasn't feeling it. So I moved that, switched that out. I'm going to do some other things and make it look a little bit different. Alberto, always appreciate you being here. Rodney, appreciate you being here. Brenda, how are you? World according to Woot. Woot's happening. Love you. Thank you so much for hanging out. And my dad, fall semester. Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the good thing too. If I keep going the way I'm going, and I'm telling you guys, it's not easy. You know, I'm ripping the Band-Aid off on this one. And this will also be a future podcast that I'm going to grab my guidance counselor from Golden West. He's a good friend of mine, Damian Jordan. I want to have him on the podcast because he really explained the difference between going to community college and going to university and how much it costs and where you can cut corners and stuff. So I'm ripping the Band-Aid off, and if I keep going the way I'm going, I'm getting all of I'll be able to graduate next year. So I'll be walking next May with my bachelor's, and that'll be in 1.5 years that I got it. So that's not easy. My wife, your hard work is paying off. Proud of you. I'm proud of you too, babe. You are a study freak. You are studying so much. Brenda, driving home and enjoying the podcast. Oh, sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you for chiming in as you're driving. Let's see. Dad is drinking the Kirkland Kirkland vitamin water zero dragon fruit. Okay, I like that. And Brenda says that just did whiskey and goats. Oh yeah, that's right. Weren't you hanging out at a farm or something? That I saw something to that effect. My good friend, Mr. Billy Mondragon, brother, good to see you, my friend. Oh, and Steven, how are you, sir? From Florida. I love it, brother. I need to reach out to you. We got a lot to talk about. I want to have you on the podcast. I'll reach out in the next few days. I promise. Oh, very cool. Swan, how are you, sir? Thanks for being here. Appreciate you being here, my friend. And Kim is here as well. I love this. This is great. I appreciate you guys jumping on, even though it's so funny because I was debating once again. I was debating on doing this because it's I did want to try out something new, but at the same time, I've been having trouble with some of my guests and schedules. Schedules have just been really, really difficult lately. So, but moving forward, I think we should be okay. But yeah, so I wanted to come on and just celebrate having this semester behind me. It was a little bit of a rough one. Oh, Stephen also chimes in. I won a world championship in weapons at the U.S. Open Karate Championships on July 3rd. My second one. Oh, sweet, bro. That's awesome. We like I said, man, we've got a lot to talk about. I want to put something together, and I'll email it to you, and we'll get something going. Mark Leverton, Colorado. Are you still in Colorado right now? I don't know. I saw you were doing some traveling, maybe, or maybe that was one of the memories. That's one of the hardest things. And that just messed up. Let's see if that works. Okay, maybe that works. So I'm trying to use this thing to go with a different angle. That looks pretty neat. I don't know. I think once I dial it in, maybe I might have another camera angle up here, do something fun like that. But anyways, to get back to it, let's do this. If you are at home, if you're drinking, hopefully Brenda, you're not drinking while you're driving, unless you're in the passenger seat, and just keep it low. I'm just totally just kidding. But for those of you at home, if you're drinking anything, please let's put it up in the air one time. I'm putting up some Jameson cold brew. Here's a big SKOL to finishing summer semester, and I'm feeling whew, I'm feeling optimistic about moving forward. I'm a little bit scared because I know that I have an internship coming up, which is gonna be weird. But you know what? I'll cross that bridge when I get there, and I'm sure I'll cross it just fine with all the help and support from everybody that I have around me. So here's a big SKOL to finishing summer semester. Cheers. I'm telling you, it goes down great. Lisa Camacho's here. Are you getting another tattoo today? That would be awesome. Oh, Jessica has a question. Here it is. Okay, I have to ask, how did you get an ice cube that big? I went onto Amazon. I found these plastic containers that they're I have like 3 or 4 of them, I think. And you pour the water and you put this silicone top on top of it, and it forms a baseball size ice cube. And you just got to do them one at a time. You can't. There's no ice tray for it. It's one at a time. So I usually have 2 or 3 of them in the fridge at all times because I can probably get a couple drinks out of this ice cube. But yeah, they're not bad, and they're pretty cheap. So not too bad. And Lisa, super proud of you. I know you've worked so hard. Cheers, my friend. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, I thought I was done when I finished and I got my AA. I was like, hey, cool, got a degree. Let's move on. And then the shutdowns hit, and I had a lot of time on my hands. And I was like, well, maybe I should try something new. I mean, I've got a lot of time. Might as well utilize it with something. Oh, is that tracking me? I wonder. If it's tracking me. That'd be kind of interesting. But okay, I like this. Maybe once I get a camera up in, I'll figure out a nice place to have it. That's kind of cool to have a secondary camera. Yeah, Swan says extra camera looks cool. Yeah, I think it's adds something a little bit different. I think the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and redo the lights in here. I redid the lights today. I put these this LED strip along the top because I wasn't feeling it, and then I have this other strip, or I have a light bulb over there that's like a blue, and it can go different colors and stuff, which is pretty neat. So let's do this. Got it. Oh, I love this. Great. Steven says, "Do we have the ass view? No, not on this show. That'd be a good one though. I got to work out a little bit before I start doing that. So, so yeah, I just wanted to pop on real quick and kind of talk a little bit about that. Test out this new camera angle. Good stuff. This is, and I'm looking forward to this next week or two, or week and a half, really, to really dive into some music stuff that I have planned, dive into getting the studio up and running, and also solidifying some of my guests in the next 4 to 8 weeks. I've been talking with a lot of them, but that thing keeps turning off. That's not a good idea. Yeah, I've been talking with them, and I got some really interesting stuff to talk about with these guests. I have a friend of mine who I met on the 80s cruise, who is an IFBB bodybuilding champion. if any of you guys from the 80s cruise, if you guys know Jen, she's amazing, and we got to be really good friends. And she just competed in Jamaica just not too long ago, and man, I'm so interested in what type of diet regimen she goes through, and I mean she is amazing. So definitely we're trying to get the schedules together for that, and a couple other good guests that I have, interesting topics. So yeah, that unfortunately the check this out. If I switch over to it, the tripod that I have the camera on, it's one of those battery powered ones to keep it so it's supposed to like follow you, but I think it keeps turning off. Yeah, that's better. Oh, I'll just have to figure it out, but that's pretty neat. That's I'm hoping that the platform comes out with a way of doing this with it. I'm actually just trying something completely different. So there's I don't know if that's following me. I literally just that I'm using my phone as another camera. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. So, but let's see. We got some more people commenting up here. That's great. Good stuff. And Rodney says, live can be tough to keep striving for success. Yeah, yeah. I hear you. I hear you. And that's the fun thing about learning. Like right now, when I was, oh hey, let's test out this other camera angle, and then the battery goes off and it flips. I'm like, all right, well, at least I tested it before I used it on something else. But it's I don't know. This is fun. It's a fun little escape for me to try something new and connect with you guys and just have some fun. So I'm looking forward to the next week where I get to plan out some more stuff, get the studio going a little bit better. Try out. I don't know if you guys noticed, I have a drum set back here and some percussion back here and some. I'm really dialing in the studio. I'm getting a few microphones. I've got some good friends of mine who are steering me in the right direction to get the right equipment for what I have. And I think actually one of my podcasts might be walking everyone through walking everybody through the studio and the setup, because I've had a lot of people ask about how how do I use all the equipment, how do I do everything for how do I do everything for the 5-foot Viking, what I computer, camera, microphones, interface and stuff like that. And so I think that might be an interesting one in the future too. But so like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to keep this one a quick and short one. I just want to say thank you guys all for the support. And I'm really looking forward to, moving forward with this, getting this bachelor's done. And I don't know, maybe I should do a podcast as I go live as when I graduate, like, because I'm at Arizona State University, and now where I live is not too far. So next year when I graduate, it's probably I can probably get over there and actually walk. It should be kind of fun. So that'd be interesting. But anyways, with that being said, just wanted to let everybody know that you guys can always go to the 5footviking.com and see like the Instagram and the Facebook and the Tinder. I'm just kidding. There's no Tinder. But the Instagram, Facebook, YouTube page, all the good stuff. And I'm working with a guy right now about revamping it. It should be. I'm hoping now that I have some downtime, I can really get it dialed in to where I want it. I'm trying to get a store on there, like a storefront. I don't know. It's going to be some fun stuff. So anyways, let me get back to this. Oh, great. Awesome. Steven asking if the grinder is not up on the website. That'd be some good stuff though. So anyways, love you guys so much. I'm already done with this and I'm pretty much ready for my second one. Thanks for jumping on, you guys. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next week. And I'm going to dial everything in so that I and make sure that you check out the Instagram and the Facebook for I should know tomorrow if my guest is ready to go for next Tuesday. So with that being said, love you guys. Stay safe. And I think this is how you end it.